The same. Try to 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Huh?
Just keep counting for me.
A, B, C, E, F, G. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Testing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6, 7. All right.
Social structure and the embedded nature of violence.
In America. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. Just had a video, a program on gentrification and housing, and, growth of Nashville. And,
Mic check.
Okay, everything is all right with me? Yes, if everything, okay. Thank you and welcome to the show this morning. The topic this morning is social structure and the embedded nature of violence in America. And we're fortunate to have with us to talk about social structure and the embedded nature of violence in America, Dr. EKSanford from Tennessee State University. And of course, Dr. Sanford, you've been with us so many times that I'm sure that the majority of people know you, but in case there might be one or two who might not know the person whom I describe as Dr. EKSanford, Dr. EKSanford, that they might not know you. So take the first part of this segment to give us some information about your background, your education, and some of your experiences. And then by that time, when we get into the second segment, we can deal with the topic for the day, social structure and the embedded nature of violence in society. Let's do it from that perspective.
Okay, well, thank you very much again for being here. I am, again, Dr. EKSanford. I'm a professor at Tennessee State University in the Department of Sociology. I've been there now over 20 years. I recall when you and I were there together. But I would like to take today's introduction of myself back to doing my postdoc degree at Penn State University, did my PhD at Howard University in Washington, D.C., and there I worked on several different projects while I was completing that degree. I think the one that is most interesting for today's topic is that of the National Organization of Black Law Enforcement Executives. And there we had a victims assistance program that we reached out to victims of crime throughout the United States. And these were throughout the United States where we had chiefs of police and we would have national conferences. So I think that's very apropos for today's topic on looking at violence in America. But I also would like to say I was the assistant evaluation person at the national headquarters of the American Red Cross. So I'm very proud of working on HIV/AIDS education programs that were funded by the Centers for Disease Control, the United States Congress, and the national headquarters of the American Red Cross. And those programs are still present today, and I've always been proud of that. And I have to also say I did my undergraduate work at North Carolina Central University with some at North Carolina in Chapel Hill as well. So I've been very proud of that, but here as a professor at Tennessee State University.
Very good. And of course, when we talk about social structure, when you talk about a social structure, what are you talking about as a sociologist?
Yeah, I'm happy you asked that because I wanted to start it off by trying to define it. When we think, and for the listening audience to understand social structure, we're thinking about those 10 major institutions that make up society. And as a visual, if you can think about a web that kind of is over us here in the American society, they are the 10 institutions. You have to think in terms of the most primary one, according to sociologists, is that of the family, say the institution of the family. And if you think in terms of violence in America, how does the environment that we live in impact us, say historically, as America unfolded for hundreds of years of enslavement to the present, and the impact of it on the institution of, say, the African American family and all families. So that's one of the primary institutions. The second one I would like to try to stress out of the 10 is that of education, the institution of education. A third one is the institution of economics, and the fourth and very important one is the institution of religion. But very quickly, we have to understand that we also have government/politics as an institution that makes up our society in which we live in. We have the institution of medicine, the institution of the military, the institution of science, and we also have the institution of law, which I'm hoping today in our conversation of violence is to look at law and how it is actually integrated with family, education, religion, and economics. And the inequities within those institutions can cause a lot of pervasiveness of violence in America. And the last institution, the 10th one, is very major, and that is technology, communication, telecommunication society that we're living in, and entertainment. These are the primary pillars, if you will, institutions that make up our society. And I'm hoping the listening audience can follow through our conversation by understanding that I'll be pulling from that framework in understanding violence.